I have to move
Yeah.
on. And I feel after 50 years and 13 records, I figure I've written enough music. I mean, I'm okay with it. Plus, I still have John and Chris and BJ, and they all write. So never say never. Maybe George Lynch and I will get together and run an EP.
Oh, really? Is that something that you've discussed?
No, not well. George and I did talk about it briefly, and I said I don't think I have the energy in me spiritually to knock out a whole record. That's a lot of work. But I said we might want to, you know, uh, do 4 or 5. We did a new songs 8 years ago. It was
Yeah.
called Just Another Day. That was all original members, and we went to Japan, and that was an experiment to see how we got along and all that. So, and that was a cool video, and
Are you telling us that you're not planning on releasing any more new music under Dokken?
correct.
Okay. And
First,
was
first
this
time I said
decided?
that.
That's the first time you said that. When did you come to that conclusion?
Um, I don't know. I think I was talking to George because he does shows with us sometimes. He's got a show coming up called George Lynch and the Mob, and we had talked about doing a record, and I said, but if you listen to the last 5 George Lynch projects, they're totally different than the direction I'm going. Heaven Comes Down has nothing to do with what George is doing. He's gone this way, I've gone that way. So I don't know if spiritually we could get together and write a song that works, that we're all on the same page about. I'm just not. So it is what it is. And
So outside of, let's say, a potential collaboration with George, do you consider yourself to be retired from recording music and just being a touring artist at this point, or are you not at the retirement point yet?
yeah, I'm almost to retirement.
Okay. And do you have a timeline in mind potentially for the live shows? Because obviously people are still very much enjoying the concerts. They want to come out and see you.
Probably within the year. I
Wow.
mean, what's Paul McCartney in his 80s?
Yes.
And Mick Jagger's in his 80s, and Keith Richards is still standing up, and even Elton John now, they bring him down and he lower him down to his piano chair because for whatever reason, because we're all getting up there in age. And so I think, that time will come that I'll announce that it's over.
Yeah.
The truth is, I guess I'm a selfish person. I want to enjoy my life. I don't want to just keep singing and writing until I drop. I want to be in my home, far away from everybody. I live on top of this mountain, no neighbors, got the dogs. It's the perfect life. And I've had a great career. I started playing at 10 years old. You know, at some point, if you have to tour and you have to play because you need to pay your gas bill, I understand that. Thank God I'm not in that position. And whenever anybody says, are you thinking of, calling it a day, I just go like this.
Yeah.
I've got a few of them up there.
One or two, right?